Today we're going to speak about MAAT, the principles of MAAT, the laws of MAAT. I will not lie. I will not steal. I will not act with violence. I will not kill. I will not abuse my sexuality. I will not copulate with a man or a woman's wife or husband.
Okay, Shalom Yisrael, the Shaikwaban Yisrael, picking up with the reading of the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. Not to have sexual relations with someone else's wife. Leviticus 18:20. Not to steal money stealthily. Leviticus 19:11. Not to covet and scheme to acquire another's possession. Exodus 20 verse 15. But not to desire another's possession. Deuteronomy 5:19. Deuteronomy 5:18. Return the robbed object or its value. Leviticus 5 verse 23.
It's sad to think that something that was built by kids had to go in the direction that an adult took it in.
What do you mean?
It's sad. It's sad that kids started hip hop.
Right.
And they started it because of number one, and this is the most best thing I can ever say about hip hop is that started to get people together. It started to, it's a show off thing. I could get this girl if I'm doing this. I could get this guy if I'm doing this.
You know what you said was deep? When you told me that basically y'all was snapping to the beat.
Yeah.
You know what's so deep? Because that's what Karate Pete told me when I first met him. You said something before, like y'all was snapping to the beat or something like that?
Well, we just like the dozen.
And he was like, yo, we was snapping to the beat. And he was talking about one of the songs, I forgot one of the songs, but snapping to the beat.
Yeah, and that's what we were doing.
Right.
And so, and that, like I said, that was, to do that, we were doing it because we had, we were boys, and we had the girls looking at that. And so they looked at that and they, oh, Boomy's doing this, or, so we doing that, or whatever. And that was the thing. Now, that, while we're doing this, we're having fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're fellowshipping. We got a togetherness. It's a family thing. We doing this. We having fun.
Making jokes to the beat. For people
making jokes.
Snapping
is. Right.
Making jokes to the beat. Making fun of people.
Making fun of people. Now, it changed. The raps and stuff changed, and with the older generation, because we weren't thinking about killing nobody. Right. We weren't thinking about cocaine, drugs, and all of that.
Now look, like you said, y'all wasn't thinking about killing. But sometime in the late 80s and 90s, hip hop became about killing. It became about everything negative. Now, the first songs like Sugar Hill Gang was basically comical. It was funny, it was having fun. Now, what I'm saying is this. Look at the hip hop nation. All of us are guilty. Who was with the hip hop in the golden era, we're all guilty. Look at the songs, like you take a song, and Tretch is one of the greatest rappers to me of all time. Tretch is underrated. He's nice. But look at his big hit, OPP. You down with other people's having sex with another man's wife. I look at that now as a grown man, I'm like, yo.
I have not committed adultery.
Not to have sexual relations with someone else's wife. Leviticus 18:20.
And if you look in the Bible and Quran, God's laws are very harsh when it comes to anything that interferes with family, because family is the basis of a nation, and anything that interferes with marriage ruptures family, and anything that ruptures family ruptures nation. And that's why adultery in the Old Testament is punished by death. Fornication is punished by death. Homosexuality is punished by death.
I look at that now as a grown man. I'm like, yo, was we crazy bugging out?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But look how evil that in righteous terms, if you're gonna judge something righteous, that's evil.
Right.
Don't you know they would kill you for that? Oh, you down with OPP?
Right.
They would tie your wrists to your ankles and rock you. They would stone you to death till you die.
Right.
Even Tupac said, yo,
So I fucked your bitch, you fat
something, but I fucked your wife. How you gonna say that? Like, I look at it now like, yo, look what he said in front of millions of people. MOP.
Give me the fucking watch before I pop it in your brain.
I will not steal.
Or not to rob openly, Leviticus 19 verse 13.
But look at they joint. And take this off. Take this. They come off robbing your brother, man. On the video, I saw a black man they was like gonna rob. Why? Because he got the girls, you gonna rob him?
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, look at hip hop as a whole. Like, a lot of shit we did was evil, was fucked up.
Okay. Now,
Maybe
I'll
hip hop
break
is
it
just
down.
evil.
I'll break it down for you. In the beginning,
Right.
what hip hop was really made to do, that was pure. Pure uncut.
Okay.
As time went, it started getting cut on it. Once it
Okay.
got the cut, it changed from bass to crack.
Okay.
Only way you can put it.
Describe it, right?
Bass was pure. Crack came with everything mixed in it. So that's what happened with hip hop. It was pure in the beginning, and once it started making money, then and who's the controls this money?
Right.
Said we'll let them destroy themselves.
And it was young teenagers, like, but we was young dudes saying this shit. I would curious to see how Tretch would look at that song now. Like, what would he
I know Tretch.
Yeah?
I know
What
Tretch.
would he think about that song now?
Tretch now, he's more into, from what I see, he's more into passing the torch.
Yeah.
And, feeding everybody. Feeding everybody. Don't leave nobody behind.
I wonder if the brother have a guilty
But I
conscience.
would definitely ask him
Does he have
the
a
next
guilty
time I
conscience
see,
behind that song?
what do you think about this? He might tell me, it was just a song,
Right.
but I really believe from his heart that he would say, I was young
Yeah.
and I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah, right.
And the money was getting good, and that's what I believe Tretch was, because Tretch is a good dude.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a
And
real.
that's the thing. A
he's
lot of
real
us,
good
most of us, are good
man.
dudes. But look at the shit we
No.
was saying. Me too. I was in hip hop back then, and I did stupid shit.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, all of us, most of us, golden era people who was involved in hip hop, said the most wild, dumb shit.
But look at us as a young people, period. When I go back and I think of all the drugs and stuff that I might have sold to people,
Right.
that was terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
When I think of all the women that I just dogged out as far as, just for the sex. They ain't care about no relationship or nothing, And then if the sex was whack, you definitely wasn't gonna see me no more. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about it, that I would never teach my children to be like that,
Right.
So you learn from age, you learn, and all you can do is say sorry. You know, if I could
Oh,
go
you
back
did
to,
say sorry, right.
yeah, all the girls that I made her fucked over, man. I wish I could go back and tell them, yo, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right.
You know, the people that I sold crack to, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I'm just by my hand. Your life may have took a wrong turn, a different turn that you would have did if I hadn't have sold you this
But wait,
crack.
we didn't force them to smoke crack. They was gonna smoke it regardless.
And I was the one that
Unless
put
you
it in their
introduced
hand.
it to them.
There's
you
a couple. I did that too. You know, and those especially, you know, there's a couple
You
of.
introduced motherfuckers.
Yo, there was a couple of big star people.
Yeah?
That I introduced crack and showed them what it was and everything. So, you know, like I said, if I could go back and I could tell these people that I'm sorry,
Right.
yeah, I would definitely do it.
Right,
Because, you know, being young, you're not, you just, you know, like, just like I was saying, those are young boys over there that just did what they just did, you know. And so I'm sure when they get older
Right.
and they look back and say, yo, we did that shit,
Yeah.
that's wrong, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know, and so like I said, you know, it's a matter of going back, forgiveness, repenting, and, you know, from the heart, really be apologetic. Because like I said, you know, if I could go back, and I would definitely apologize, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, you know. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that, you know. I wouldn't do that at all. I wouldn't take their mental through the shit that I put them through.
Right.
I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't sell that crack. I wouldn't, even though the money was good. You know, the sex was good sometimes, you know, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it because your soul,
Yeah.
you feel it here. And that's
Yeah.
what I said, you know, that, you know, like I told Brother Roy the other day, yesterday, was that, you know, you gotta give a lot of things to God, and you have to be generous in God's eyes, you know. So there's a lot. Yeah, back in the days, you owe me $5. You owe me 50 cents. I'm coming for you. Do the camera on over there again. Yeah. If you owe me a quarter, you know, I'm coming for my quarter. And if you ain't have my quarter at the time, it's on and popping, you know. But now, as I'm older, I put it in God's hands, and He will definitely give it to me back in abundance. Yo, I had so much stuff taken away from me, just taken away from me, like you know, like bad situations, you know, taken away from me, and each time when I read back, do it, I got more better stuff and more, you know. You know, thank God that that's what He does, you know. So if you live a straight life,
Right.
and you do good, you put good out there,
Right.
good will return.
Right.
But
Now.
if you put bad out there,
Right.
or confusion,
Right.
that's what's going to come back to you.
I agree. You said He, referring to God. What about the brothers that say the black woman is God?
The black woman is God. The black woman is God. For the last time, the black woman is God.
But you see, as a man, I worship women. The black woman is my God. That's who I worship. That's my God. She's the medium to which we come here on the physical planet.
Well, in reality, I don't think that the black woman is God, but I do believe that woman was put on this earth pregnant.
Pregnant? What do you mean?
I believe that the first person on earth was a woman, and she was pregnant.
Was she from evolution? God created? Right?
Yeah, God created her, and
Just
she was
poof? Just poof, all of a sudden she had
Yeah, I
pregnant?
believe, not poof. I believe that, she...
Where did she come from? She just appeared?
From maybe appeared or, I don't know. I really can't say. She might have been, we know she couldn't have been a baby, because if she was a baby, there was no way she would be able to survive. A baby at the point doesn't have the ability to get up and get an apple.
Well, how does this pregnant woman appear? Where did she come from?
By God, I
so
believe.
Poof. Just, first she's not here, now she's here.
Right.
A pregnant woman.
Pregnant woman.
And she's pregnant with a boy?
That's what I believe.
Who got her pregnant?
God. God created her with the
and she had a son?
Person. Yeah.
And then they had sex?
No, I don't believe that they had sex. Then I believe those were just the first.
So then how did they make children?
There are other people, they were the first, but more were to come.
Oh, so they was the first.
Right.
And then there was another poof with another pregnant woman.
No, not even another pregnant woman. I believe that's when a man may have been came. After this baby, this pregnant woman was, then I believe, then he made a full man. Or he made another full woman. Yeah, watch that beat, man.
So it was a man next. Poof, a man came to this pregnant woman and they had sex.
And I think the man may have took care of that child.
Y'all dudes,
and a woman.
Y'all dudes is all over the internet, Bible bashing.
Not Bible bashing.
My thing is this, right?
Y'all
be back. Well, you calm down a little. You starting to see the light. You calm it down. But some of y'all be Bible bashing. Everything wrong with the Bible.
No,
now my thing is this.
Never.
My thing is this. How the Bible ain't the answer for us. How is slave religion and all this stuff. Now my thing is this. What the hell is that going to do? That as far as your spiritual life, that takes up 90% of your spiritual life. 90% of your spiritual talk is how the Bible is bad.
No.
It is. That's 90% of y'all talk. You never hear no other solution. Okay, if the Bible is wrong.
First of all,
wait, hold on.
Okay.
If the Bible is wrong, show us the right way. Give us the alternative. What's the alternative? Why not concentrate? If Egypt is the answer, then teach us about Egypt.
Okay. And I do.
What? What do you teach us about? Teach me about Egypt now. What about Egypt should we do?
The thing about Egypt is that nutrition would have started in places like Egypt. And
nutrition? What are you talking about?
Nutrition.
Started in places like Egypt. What do you mean by that?
I'm getting ready to tell you. In the beginning, right, before you had all these cars, before you had all the airplanes and you had all these factories, chemical factories and stuff, the sun had direct contact to the earth.
Okay.
Without the smog and all the other stuff.
Okay.
This is like a sunglass.
Okay.
So Egypt is one of the closest continents.
No. The sun is, the earth is all, perspective. It's all, 93 million miles or whatever away from the sun.
Okay.
Let me say this, right?
Wait, hold up.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you. Right. I'll explain to you. Do you think that Egypt is closer to the sun than the North Pole?
The earth is always rotating. So, I mean...
What about the equator?
No, okay, if you mean that Egypt and that area is like fertile, the most fertile, the most whatever.
Right, and so that means nutrient.
Okay.
Right. So now, if there's a reason why it would be the home of these fertile beings, these fertile things.
What's the point?
That Egypt and Africa and these places, that's where we can actually believe and see that that's where the first men were. So if that's where the first men were, that's what God has done. God has put these people in this position to start the world.
You misunderstand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. By y'all Bible bashing, y'all black men Bible bashing all day on the internet, all y'all doing is coming across as the devil. Because that's what the devil does, tries to take God's people off their path. So why would I say that the Bible has good value? No, but you just saying that. What I'm saying is I'm not even saying just you. A lot of the talk is about how the Bible is wrong.
Because I'll give you the perfect example. But listen to what
I'm saying. When you concentrate 90% of your spiritual talk on how the Bible is bad, 90% of your spiritual talk is how the Bible is bad, you come across as the devil or a devil's agent. What I'm saying is, instead of 90% talking about how the Bible is bad, 90% talk about the answer, which y'all don't do because y'all don't have an answer.
Now, I have an answer.
What's the answer?
My answer is
to unify black people collectively, that we can live in peace and harmony.
My answer is to create a system where
What's the system?
The system would be that don't hurt your brother, don't steal from your brother.
Okay, that's already written in the Bible. So why not just live by the Bible?
And because I keep on telling you, when you say live by the Bible, right? We're not just saying live by this scripture or this passage in the Bible. We're saying the Bible as a whole. So if there's things in the Bible that doesn't make sense to man,
okay,
that's called confusion. So why live with confusion?
You shouldn't live with confusion. If it's something, if it's something about the Bible, like I tell you, if it's something about the Bible that bothers you or whatever, then whatever. But what I'm saying
is, that's the part where I say those parts that are of confusion, don't mess with those parts of confusion.
Okay. So we agree that we should.
Because I'm saying that's Bible bashing.
We agree that we should have a unified day of rest.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's mainly what the Bible. What about this holiday coming up? Day of Atonement. Should we have a Day of Atonement where we atone for our sins?
We shouldn't.
Like how? Wait.
We shouldn't dictate what that day is.
What do you mean?
We shouldn't say, okay, on Saturday you have to rest.
What should we say?
We should say that one day out of the 7 days you should rest.
Okay, that's the same thing.
No, it's not, because you're dictating on Saturday. So if you have to work on Saturday, then how you gonna rest? Because you're dictating a Saturday. So if you say one day, whatever your schedule allows you to take one day,
then everybody's gonna have different days.
Exactly.
You don't have no unity like that.
But what do you need unity for taking a rest?
You need unity.
Whoa. Listen, the day of rest is for the individual, right?
No, it's for us as a collective.
Okay, so if you work 6 days of a week, right? And your day is working Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
If you decide to say that we unify your day on Sunday or Saturday, if you're working, how can you rest?
You have to talk to your employer and make provisions that you can have your day of worship.
So check this out. So if you get shot on Sunday, you not supposed to go to the hospital and get fixed?
Listen, okay, if we had our black nation, okay, we have a 24/7 hospital, of course.
Oh, so how you gonna have a 24 hours hospital if there's a day that you gotta rest?
We can figure that out.
You can't figure it out. The whole thing is
you're being unreasonable now. What I'm saying is we can figure that out. If we all decide this is the day that we all gonna rest as a community.
All right. As a community, right?
Right.
Let's say we all pick the day. Give a day that you pick.
Saturday.
Okay, a Saturday. Now we're offering that means that everybody is to rest on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if you get shot on Saturday? I just feel like everybody,
approximately 20.
Everybody can't rest on the same day.
Everybody can. They do it around the world. They do it around the world. There's places around the world where they rest on Saturday.
This is the Hasidic community in Brooklyn. This community right here is by the Williamsburg Bridge, by Marcy Projects, the beginning of Nostrand Avenue. As you can see, the Jews, or the Hasidic Jews, the imposter Jews, have their own community. They have their own bus service. They have their own schools. They have their own hospitals. They have their own police force. They have their own economic structure set up where they are prospering.
They're known as the Khazars. Right, they've taken our doctrine and used our doctrine better than we supposed to do. And guess what? Guess what? I'll have you know that the Lord done that intentionally to get us jealous. Exactly. So that and when we get jealous, we will want to be who we really are. And so you can't complain with the imposter that's doing it, and the imposter that's doing it better than us. The Lord did that to motivate you to get back to who you really are, and don't worry about the European imposter. Do what you're supposed to do.
Okay, so now they rest on Saturday. So all the people that get shot on Saturday,
I don't know. I would have to go and see how they do that. That's a good question. How they do stuff like that. You know, emergencies, people get hurt. You know, they need medical assistance. Somebody has to assist them. So that's
somebody has to watch the water supply. Somebody has to watch the
That's all stuff that people do around the world. People live like that. So we would have to go and study them and see how they do it. I don't have a problem with that. Studying other, people, nations, and figure stuff like that out.
When you come up with that answer, then you can come to me and I'll say.
But like I say, is there a problem with a Day of Atonement? Pardon me, did I step on you?
Yeah.
A Day of Atonement, pardon me.
Sorry.
A Day of Atonement.
You know, people that got shot and there's FIFA for that, right?
That's old, though. That's old. People still beefing over shit like that?
Well, younger generation, I'm
this
sure
ain't
they do.
The 80s.
I'm sure they do. But it was a joke. It was a joke.
Listen. A Day of Atonement. A day we set out the year where we fast. And like you were saying, you felt bad for getting people caught on crack. You repent of those sins and you go without eating to show yourself.
I definitely agree with that. And believe it or not, I would think there would be more than one day like that. Because, sometimes we don't understand the difference between a sin and a mistake.